People, deluded, I'm back again. Now, what am I here to speak about? I always talk about the journey or problems I'm facing or just the real in it. Like, it must be a bit refreshing for you guys. I mean, if I get to where I want to get to, both in this space and just in general, you'll see the come up. I know people like to see the rise of people. And I ain't here to say I'm this and that, but I like to think you lot recognize real. Like, I'm an honest man. Like, I'm not here lying about players, lying about myself. I play my position. I give you guys the realness in it. Like, I personally believe whether it's on the, obviously you can lie and gash yourself on the internet, and many people suffer an illness where they project a fake persona um, onto themselves. But many people of you lot that watch me have seen me in the flesh, or a lot of my friends watch this, and you guys know how I am. The very same person you see on this is how I'm like in real life, and things like that. And I like to think is these sort of platforms or this space is transparent. Like, if you lot thought I was something I'm not, or I was a fugazi you or something like that, I would have been called out by it or drawn out by someone close to me by now, innit? I play my position, I just do my thing in regards to football and these things there. But I've realised certain things. Like, I mean, I'm 23 years of age. I'm very young. Many of you that are very much very years older, very much older than me. Not that I'm ageist or anything. People, big up my older heads because you lot provide a lot of advice for myself and things like that. But in the short years that I've been on this earth, or within the professional life since I've left school at 16, there's a lot of things I've learned. Like, I've a lot of things. Um, the first one, how do I make it make sense? Obviously, you go nursery or pre-nursery or whatever. You go primary school, sorry, secondary school, college, and then uni or whatever you want to do in it. We're all shepherded through life like that. But many a time, you ask yourself certain questions. Is this right for me? Or should I do this? Or if I want to do this or do that? I've realised you've got to sign yourself. Like, you really have to sign yourself. Whether you want to do YouTube, whether you want to be the best lawyer in a law firm, no one's going to give you nothing. Obviously, there's some incidences where someone in an influential position or someone that can do something for you or someone that just likes you just does it because they like you or whatever. But more often than not, people aren't going to do these things unless it benefits them. So one thing I've realized is, how can I, before I reach out to someone or try and network or try and ask them for something, how can I better them? What can I give them so that they help me? Or what are they missing? These sort of things. And I went off topic a bit, but I believe you got to sign yourself. Nobody is going to sign you. You've got to score goals. You can't be Ozu out here. You have to score goals. Not to name drop my guy, he's a big boy, this thing, but you can't be on assisting. You've got to score. You've got to score goals. No assist goals as well. You can't be like Lukaku waiting for service to happen to you. You've got to be like Suarez, get the ball from deep and drive past the whole team and score. That's how life is. You've got to sign yourself. If you want that position, if you want that skill, if you want that man or woman to be your other half, whatever you want, you have to go and get it. You have to go and get it. You have to take it, essentially. Life is for taking, I realise. Because no one's going to give you nothing. This little passive approach don't get you anywhere. I've realised, like, I've discovered, throughout the last year or so, or since I've left school, I've been on a path of self-discovery, and that I want to discover myself in it. Like, what I like, what I don't like, better myself and things like that. And I've realised one benefit is actually laughed at school by teachers. I'm very tenacious in everything I do. When I don't do things half-hearted. When I'm not on it, you will know I'm not on it, and that's probably why I got in a lot of trouble in my life. Because if I'm not on something, you can like it's sad, but I've got one of them faces. If I'm not on something, you'll see it. You will see it. As much as I try and suppress it, you will know it. I can't do things half-hearted. Maybe it's an Aries thing. Not that I believe in star signs, but I'm like either 100 or zero. I don't do 75% of things. That's why you see with this YouTube stuff. If it gets somewhere, it gets somewhere. But it's a tenacious approach. I make a commitment. Videos come out not every day because it's been the last 2 days, but more or less every day. It's a consistent thing. I take it seriously, and I haven't got anywhere in this essentially. But that's probably why you see me on certain platforms or mixing with certain people or getting somewhere or some attention. Cause I don't believe in doing things half-heartedly. When I attach something to my name or put something to myself, I believe in being tenacious. Rome weren't built in a day, but you got to lay some bricks down or something. And on that topic, that I actually realized that when I realized that, let me give you an example. A farmer you can't really, if you're a farmer, you can't really judge day in day out how successful your day is based on the crops you've been able to reap and sell to market. Obviously that's what you want to do, and that's what makes the difference, but you have to think about the plants the seeds you've planted, how you've watered them. They're going to grow. And I've used that with life many a times in my life. I thought, oh, I could be doing more, or I haven't done enough, or I haven't did this and then that. And you know how every day you do something major and you feel good. I felt you had to do something like that, and I'd feel bad about it. Then I thought to myself, you just have to keep moving forward. Do something that you never had yesterday to better yourself, and that gave me something as well. And that's probably why personally, people only respect action. Because in life, I've known words are nothing. Like words from young, I've known words are nothing. Like I'd say, actions, street smartness, actions, and death are three things that I've seen, sadly, been able to had to deal with from a young age. So there's certain things that don't go past me. I only respect action. Talk is a cheap currency. That's why everybody's got it. All of us can talk for free. Actions are expensive. Why? Because it costs time. You can't get your time back. Even if I use the analogy of YouTube, I can't get the time back that I've sat and made these videos. That's action. That's an expensive currency. I can't get the time back. I could have been procrastinating and wasting the time, but man can't get it back. That's why people just talk. I only respect action. Many people come in my DMs, not that I'm somebody, but they're like, oh, let's do this, let's do that, let's have this podcast. I'm like, yeah, you need to show me, because I don't think I'm the most tenacious person on the planet, but I'm yet to see someone. I have people in my close circle, but I'm yet to see people that match my tenacity or my seriousness. And I don't want to attach no fugazi stuff to my name, so it'll get aired. So on top of that, I'd also say, don't listen to what anybody says. People just say things in the moment. People say things when they're happy. Don't get complacent. Even when you've networked with someone, I'll give you this. I networked with someone. They were going to give me an email address to someone that I could put myself into contact with to do some good things. They were like, yeah. And they're delaying giving me the email. So I'm now looking at that company that they're talking about, looking at who I can contact myself, because I don't want my key to success or elevation to be in one man's hands. I'm not in this gatekeeper thing. And I've also learned, nobody rates you as much as you do. Like, I rate my YouTube thing highly. I rate myself highly. But does anyone else? That man on Sky Sports, he might see I'm good, but I haven't got Arsenal Fan TV views. I haven't got Bull Street numbers, not to plug them. You see what I mean? Nobody rates you as much as you do. Even people in my close circle that do other things, it's like they don't understand. I signed myself. It's like they want me to come under this thing. Like, they don't really get it. And another thing, being broke is lonely. So mind how you're spending your money. That's one thing I learned. I mean, being broke is lonely. No one will help you make money. No one will help you do this thing, innit? Only a shout out to my guys. A couple people have helped me do certain things, but being broke is lonely. Everyone will be around you when you're up. When you're spending it, everyone's around. Everyone, you're invited out. You're going places. When you're broke, you don't hear nobody. Like Young Scooter said, you don't hear nobody, people. Trust me. So when you're people out there, especially the younger lot, like my generation and just below, when you're spending your money, make sure you understand that you're spending your money and you want to do that, because when the money's gone, they're not going to help you. I'd also play your position. Just play your position. Just live it. Don't try and be something you're not. I see too many people being something they're not, in a positive way and a negative way. I say positive because someone might be working a 9 to 5. They're not necessarily on, and it's going to drain them when they get to 50 years of age. And negative, I mean, do you know what I mean? Not to talk about this road nonsense, because I hate getting about it, but obviously I live in the city of London. I'm not new to them certain things. I've never been on that, doing them things, but I've seen many people jump on them things and do certain things, and they're not, and they're now riding 30 plus because they're doing things that's not made for them, and they're getting weighed in every day. Their food's being taken, all because they don't want to play your position. This bad boy thing is underrated. And the final thing I've learned as well, people, probably the most hardest thing and the most joyous and worst thing at the same time, life goes on. Good or bad, life goes on. Touch wood. Every member of your family could die. You could lose all your money. You could anything could happen to you in it. Just imagine the most maddest scenario. Touch wood. That could happen to you, but life goes on. So like, you can still be sad, and it is something to be sad about, clearly. But life is gonna go on, whether you choose to weep or not. It's gonna go on. Like, the bad times or good times, I really realize life goes on. Like, life goes on. Like, life don't stop for no one. It don't matter. That's one thing. It gives me solace, and it scares me at the same time that life goes on, because that's what I realized, that when a couple of people close to me died, like I would sit at their there was a person very close to me who sadly passed away. I was going to the cemetery every day, more or less, people, and just sitting there and just mad sad. And then I wouldn't say they spoke to me, but it's like I heard something. It's like, life goes on. Life goes on. You can be sad, but life goes on. Whether you want to admit it or not, this thing is gonna pass you. You can move on, not move on, people, but you get what I mean, or you can let it hurt you. Do you see what I'm saying? And the last one, be don't let pussy holes test you as well, man. There's too much pussy holes in this world. Like there's bare pussy holes, especially on the net, talking wise, in person talking. Person's a bit different. Now, if we can take it to a back road, then it could be different. But you get the point in it, people, man. Like this is just some things I really realized, man. Like especially with being in this sort of space and trying to network and going to these events and being behind the scenes, I really realized people, pardon my language, are full of shit. Like full of it. But it is what it is, man. We keep going, we keep pushing, man. We keep going. Anyways, guys, DG, I'm out, man.